What's up everybody, and welcome to another episode of My Favorite Pasta, the show where I highlight my friends and family's favorite fast pasta dishes. These are recipes that are quick to prepare and useful for all levels of chef. Whether you're a beginner, a pro, a novice, or you find yourself under quarantine and you have a bunch of stuff in your pantry that you need to know how to cook. Today's recipe is brought to you by me. This episode was supposed to feature the one, the only, the notorious Gregory Cruz. However, life happens and he fell a day behind filming schedule, so his recipe is gonna go live next week. So please, I humbly present to you my version of a spicy shrimp pasta dish with many ingredients that can be substituted. So as the video plays, watch these little notes here with advice how to substitute and make these recipes work for you. So without further ado, I present to you me. All right guys, let's go ahead and get started by taking a green pepper. And we're gonna roll it in our hands. Now the reason we're doing this is to loosen up all the seeds on the insides. That way when we cut off the top and remove this here membrane, we can tap out the seeds. Now if you don't want this to be very spicy, don't use any of the seeds. But if you want this to be a spicy shrimp pasta dish, I recommend using the seeds of about 1 pepper. Anything more than that, it's gonna be blowing your head off. But hey, do what you like. Either way, you're gonna add this to the bowl and put to the side. Now in that bowl is gonna go all of our ingredients, of which are these here green onions. Now we're gonna use everything from the greens to the whites. And again, we're adding everything to this bowl. This is a simple pasta sauce. And no sauce will be complete without a tomato. Now the tomatoes I'm choosing to use here are, your average cherry tomato. I only got these because I think they were on sale. And I'm trying to use what's ever cheap at this time. So we're gonna add those to the bowl one at a time. Make sure they're split open to release their juices. We're gonna add some olive oil, a big pinch of salt, a couple cracks of black pepper, and we're gonna give this a toss so the salt starts to pull out all the moisture in that tomato. We're gonna add the juice of half a lemon, and we're gonna put to the side. Now to a pot, we're gonna salt it, put a cap on it, boil it, and once it comes to a boil, we're gonna add the star of the show, the farfalle pasta. Now, farfalle means butterfly in Italian, and I'm only using this because it looks pretty and it was in my pantry, so let's go ahead and use what we got. Now we're gonna put this to the side to let cook while we get our sauce, because everything comes together pretty quickly. Now, again, you want to make sure your pan is hot before the sauce goes in, because that heat is what's gonna sear those tomatoes and begin to draw out all the juices, okay? Now, notice right here, see how all the water's coming out? That's what we want. We want less water and more juice. Now to this, we're gonna take a couple of basil leaves, and we're gonna do what's called a chiffonade cut, where you roll it like so, and you slice it into thin ribbons. Now, we're gonna put that aside for later. Now, we're gonna let this cook down. Now, look at the sauce. Now it's starting to be juicier. You can see all the liquid coming off. And look right here, when you take the tomato and you give it a little smush like so, it's tender. When it gets to this stage, when it's soft, is when we're gonna add our shrimp. Now, make sure you season them with a little pinch of salt, a little crack of black pepper, and this dish is gonna come together quickly. You don't wanna overcook your shrimp, okay? We're gonna add in a couple tablespoons of heavy cream. Give it a little mix together, make sure the cream gets all distributed. And now we're gonna go ahead and add that basil we had earlier. Now off screen I chiffonaded it. Basically off screen I cut into ribbons and I'm just throwing it in to infuse that cream. Now in goes our pasta. And once it's in there, you're pretty much done. We're gonna take this, we're gonna give it a little tossy toss. Make sure everything's coated, and if that sauce is reducing too quickly, what you can do is add the juice of the other half of the lemon. Give it another quick toss, make sure that lemon juice gets well distributed, and then add a couple of ladles of that pasta water. Now what that's gonna do is gonna start to make your sauce. See right there at the bottom of the pan? Give it a quick mix, lay it flat, and boom, you're ready to serve. Take a little bit of cheese to it. Go ahead and grate some Parmesan over the top. Sprinkle your parsley, and there you go. Spicy shrimp pasta. Now here's a quick little tip for you guys who want to store this pasta. If you wipe the inside of each of your containers with a little bit of oil, when you add your pasta and you microwave it, it will not stain your plasticware. So there you go, guys. Spicy shrimp pasta a la Joel. It's good and you'll love it. Thanks again, Mi, for your wonderful pasta dish. Again, this has been another episode of My Favorite Pasta, the show where I ask my friends and family to prepare their favorite, fastest pasta dishes for you. My Favorite Pasta is a 5-episode limited series going live on YouTube every Monday on youtube.com/hype2teach. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below about your favorite pasta dish because we'd love to hear about it. So until next week, thank you so much for watching. This has been Our Kitchen, and remember, you can make the world a better place one pasta dish at a time.